Hey, welcome to worshiptutorials.com. My name is Brian. In this video, we're going to learn how to play the song So Will I, 100 billion X or 100 billion times by Hillsong United on the electric guitar. We're going to do it in the key of A, which I believe is the album key for this song. Now, a few things up front. I'm not going to claim to teach it note for note like what you hear on the album. I will teach you parts that you hear on the album so you'll be able to play it and the recognizable parts will come through. I'll give you a few options for what you can do in certain sections of the song when there are a couple different parts going on. So you can kind of approach this tutorial as what do I do if I'm the only guitar player in the band, and also some options for if there are two of you playing like a rhythm or a lead, or just two guitar parts, two guitar players. There are links below this video where you can grab the presets and patches that we have for this song, which are available on Line 6 Helix and probably will be available for Fractal products in the future, or maybe when you're watching this as well, AXFX 3, AX8. That's what I'm using today. I'm using the Helix patch for this song. I'm using, this is a Suhr Alt T with thornbucker pickups. It's really just, a 2-humbucker guitar. I like using a guitar with humbuckers on this because it's a little warmer, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever you've got will be fine. Effects-wise, this patch is basically a Vox-style amp, which is, Hillsong United or Hillsong Worship uses a lot of Vox and Fender-style amps. We're going to be using compression, reverb and delay and overdrive, and that's pretty much it. So if you've got those effects, you can get the sounds from this song. I'm going to break this up into sections. There aren't that many guitar parts in this song, so we're just going to take it section by section. I'll kind of walk through how you play it, and then I'll demonstrate what it is in the song or how it sounds in the song. So the first thing, I'm using a capo on the 2nd fret so I can access key of G chord voicings. I don't do this because I can't play an A. I do this because it's a lot easier to play these parts using key of G voicings. You'll see it when we get there. So everything, all the chord names that I'm going to use are going to be relative to this capo, key of G voicings. So the intro, you hear this part right here. I just messed it up, but you get the idea. So really what we're doing, it's a finger picking part that follows the chord progression. So the chord progression for the intro and the verse is C, E minor, and D. And you're just picking out 2 notes. It's on the A string and the B string. And if you start, you're really starting, see this is a C bar chord right here. So you're just playing the A string note from that C bar chord and the B string note, which would be the 3rd fret and the 5th fret relative to your capo, or 5 and 7 without the capo. And then you're moving up to this E minor, which would be an F sharp minor in the key of A, and you're still playing these 2 notes. So just on the guitar itself, it's the 9th fret and the 10th fret on the A and the B string, and then you're going down to what would be the D chord, which would be the 7th and 9th fret. So that's where those finger placements come from. So you're playing this C up to the E minor or the 6 minor, down to the 5, which is a D in G chord voicings. So that's it. And your plucking pattern is just thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 1. That's it. So this is how it sounds. I'll kind of slow it down and play it without any effects or anything. It sounds like this. That's the intro. And then when you get to the verse, it's mostly the same thing, so we're just going to keep going. God of creation, same thing. There at the start, for the beginning of time. Just keep doing it. The wonder of life. Now here's a little bit different part of the progression. Kind of plays like a G over B to D. So to do that, you would just do this, like play your G over B. And it's basically the 4th fret of the B string, or sorry, the A string, and the 5th fret of the B string. And then it goes back to D, so you just go back up to the D voicing, which would be 7 and 9. Now the tone on this part is basically a clean tone. I'm on the neck pickup. You'll hear there's a lot of delay. It's kind of like a slapback delay, and there's some shimmer reverb in here as well. And that's kind of important to the tone that they use on this song. So you're gonna need some sort of a reverb computer. Pick your brand of reverb computer. It could be Eventide, could be anything out there. I'm using line 6, but this is how it sounds. So you hear that kind of whoa, 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 whoa. That's the slapback kind of delay thing, and then the big reverb tail with shimmer on it. And when you play it, it sounds like this. So when you get to the chorus, you're kind of doing the same thing. The picking pattern is slightly different. The way I always think about picking patterns is your thumb is always thumb, of course. Your index finger is 1. Your middle finger is 2. Your ring finger is 3. Pinky is 4, but I often just plant my pinky. Your thumb is always going to hit the root note of whatever chord you're playing, and then your index finger is always on the G string. And then your second finger is always on the B string. And if you think about it that way, it kind of helps you keep things straight. So the pattern would be thumb 1, thumb 2, thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 2, thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 1, thumb 2. Kind of lets you hit that, that B string to accent stuff. And so when you play through the chorus, you really just pick the chords out and you just do that pattern. So it starts on a G, goes to E minor, D, G over B, and when you go to the C, you go back to what you did in the intro. Up to the minor, back to the C or the 4, and do it all over again. So on the G, E minor, D. Same pattern the whole way through. G over B. And then you do the intro thing. Back to the C. And then when you hit the turnaround, they just play chords. G. The drums kind of kick in here. E minor. D. Pretty much it. And then when it goes back to verse 2, do the same thing you did in verse 1. Okay, so this is what it sounds like when you play that. I'll come out of the verse into the chorus. Okay, so that was not without its mistakes, but you kind of get the idea of how that all flows together. Really, it's just a matter of getting those picking patterns with your, the finger picking patterns down, and then just following the chord structure of the song. Okay, when you hit the chorus again, there is an alternate chorus part that you can play. Now, if you're a 2 guitar player situation, one of your guitar players can play the lower part or just strum through the chords. The other guitar player can play this, or if you're the only guitar player, you can kind of go to this. So that's it. So you're going to start with your index finger barring on the 14th fret, and it's just going to stay planted there. This whole thing happens on the G string and the B string. It starts on the B string on the 14th fret, and then you pluck the 15th fret and hammer off. And then go down to the 14th fret of the G string. Starts on the B, goes down to the G. So again, starts on the B, 14th fret, 15th fret, and then pull off and then pluck the 14th fret of the G string. That's the first half. And then the second half of it is you play the 16th fret of the G string with your ring finger, back to the 14th fret of the B, to the 14th fret of the G. Okay, so you put it all together, it sounds like this. It's just a pattern. You just repeat it. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down for you so you can really see how you play it, and I'll try and keep my fingers out of the way so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Tonally on this, you're going to keep the same sort of settings with reverb and delay from the verse and the intro and stuff. You're going to add some rhythmic delay in the form of dotted eighth and quarter note delay, and it sounds like this. So you're gonna doom 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 doom. It kind of follows the beat of what you're playing. When you play it with all the effects, it sounds like this. So the other thing you can do here is just play chords. This is the chorus, G, E minor, D, G over B, C, D, G. You basically just follow the chord progression. Okay, so that is, kind of 2 options for the chorus. It gives you something else to do in the second chorus if you're the only guitar player. Okay, so after the second chorus, if you know the way the song goes, there's sort of an instrumental section. That's kind of a mellow part of the song, and there, really the guitar parts are just playing, they're strumming through chords really clean. So that part of the song, that progression is C. So it's E minor, D. And really we're staying in that progression the whole time, and we're doing a little bit different stuff. So when the bridge starts, if the stars were made to worship, I don't remember exactly how the words start, but that part of the song, you're really just playing clean. Just playing these just clean strums, just one strum. And then when the thing builds and picks up, you can kind of play a little harder. It's really just really basic stuff. Then when the woes come in and the band is in real big, I have a snapshot called Big, and it just turns on a drive. I have it set for a tube screamer. I think that's, sounds about what you hear on the album. So you can kind of mimic the woe part of the song, the vocal melody, and I do it with octaves. So the octave I play is on the A and the G string. You're on the 9th and 11th fret. So whoa, up to the 12th and 14th, down to the 11th and 13th, and just do it again. 9, 11. You just do that the whole time you're doing that big instrumental section. And you can stay on the bridge pickup here. I'll just bring it in the effects if you want. Or you can go to the, you can stay on the neck if you want it to be a little warmer, a little woollier. Or you can go to the bridge if you want to get, a little bit more rocking. And then when you're done, come out of it and everything drops. I believe it's on a G there. So this is what it would sound like. You're starting on the instrumental section, playing pretty clean, and then I'll just go into a big part with the octaves. Okay, so that's how you would sort of approach that part of the song. Really, the rest of the song, it just uses those different pieces and builds it all together. It kind of builds back up, but it's really the same sections of the song. I believe in the song playthrough, I played an octave part at one point during like the big choruses at the end of the song. So if you wanted to play the parts that I played, it was when the chorus comes in. It's right there. So it starts on that 12 and 14. And that goes up to 14 and 16. And then it goes to 11, 13. Back up to 12 and 14. To 9, 11. Back up. 12 and 14. 11, 13. And then it repeats. All right, so I'll quickly demonstrate what that part sounds like. Again, we're going to start on, what did I say, the 12th and 14th fret. That's how you would end the song with just a big one chord. Would be, it's an A open, but key of G voicings would be a G. So that is So Will I. Links below where you can again grab the presets and patches if you're using different hardware that we have available. I think maybe the easiest way to learn how to put it all together is just to watch that playthrough video that I did here on YouTube on the website as well. You can learn how to play it on acoustic at that link. Everything you need to know to learn how to pull this song off. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.